Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the recent accident of Bagmati Express in Tamil Nadu, which raises serious questions about governance, ethical failures, and the state of Indian Railways. While our country dreams of bullet trains, basic train services are failing. People are stuffed into overcrowded compartments and infrastructure is crumbling. So what exactly happened? Today morning, Bagmati Express got derailed as it hit a goods train, which led to injuries to many passengers and derailment of 12 coaches. This incident is not isolated incident, but a part of series of railway accidents that has been happening since few years. Almost every month or two we are witnessing a major railway accident. All this reveals deeper issues within Indian Railways. Already we see pictures of overcrowding. We see how infrastructure is old and crumbling. We also get reports that there are severe shortage of railway personnel to manage the Indian Railways efficiently. So these accidents are symptoms of much larger ethical failure in governance. So how can you use this incident as examples in your ethics answer writing? The first topic where you can use this is ethics in public administration. You all know that ethics in public administration is an important topic in the ethics syllabus. So this train derailment highlights the ethical failure of Railway Ministry and the minister responsible for ensuring safe and reliable transport services. Overcrowded compartments, outdated infrastructure, and delays in filling human resource vacancies shows a lack of ethical commitment to the welfare of citizens. Instead of addressing this issue, the focus remains on launching grand projects like bullet trains. How can you use this in your example? In answers discussing ethics in public administration, you can cite this case as an example of how public officials fail to prioritize essential services over high-profile projects. The lack of attention to basic train safety and infrastructure shows poor ethical leadership and a disregard for citizens' well-being. Second topic where you can use this as an example is good governance and accountability. These accidents represents a breakdown in good governance. Indian Railways, which is a lifeline for millions, is suffering from underinvestment in safety, outdated infrastructure, and lack of skilled human resources. Despite these obvious problems, there is no accountability for why the infrastructure continues to fall, leading to preventable tragedies like the Bagmati Express derailment. When writing about governance, use this case to highlight the failure of accountability in the Railway Ministry. Instead of addressing core issues such as shortage of staff and deteriorating infrastructure, focus has shifted to grandiose projects, while everyday passengers are neglected. This illustrates a failure in transparency, public accountability, and ethical governance. The third topic where you can use it as an example is ethical dilemmas. There is an ethical dilemma in the government's focus on high-cost prestige projects like bullet trains while basic services suffer. So government is in a dilemma where to spend the money, on the fancy high-profile projects or in the basic less visible projects but which are more necessary. Millions of citizens are forced to travel in overcrowded, unsafe trains, showing a clear disconnect between what is being promised by the government and the realities on the ground. This is an ethical failure of prioritization, where flashy projects overshadow urgent needs. In your answers, you can use these examples to discuss how public officials face ethical dilemmas when prioritizing large-scale projects over immediate pressing issues like public safety. The neglect of basic train services in favor of promoting bullet trains reflect poor decision-making and a lack of ethical responsibility towards the welfare of general public. The fourth topic where you can use it as an example is accountability and ethical leadership. The railway minister has shown lack of accountability by failing to address critical staffing shortage and dilapidated infrastructure. There is a clear failure in leadership where ministers and railway authorities are not held responsible for the unsafe conditions that millions of people face every day. Ethical leadership would demand swift reforms, transparency in action, and prioritization of public welfare over image-building projects. This example can be used to highlight how lack of accountability at higher level of governance leads to systemic failures. Ethical leadership would ensure that public safety is prioritized, human resources are adequately filled, and infrastructure is upgraded regularly to prevent such tragedies. Fifth topic where you can use this as an example is ethics in governance. This case is a textbook example of poor ethics in governance. While the focus remains on bringing bullet trains, basic railway services are ignored. This failure reflects poorly on the governance structure as it violates the principle of ethical governance, which require serving the people and ensuring their safety. You can use this incident in your answers on ethics and governance to demonstrate how lack and neglecting essential services like railways while focusing on more glamorous projects shows lack of ethical governance. This incident clearly exposes how Railway Ministry is failing to meet the basic needs of public, compromising safety and causing preventable accidents. By using real-life examples like this train derailment in your UPSC ethics answer, you can make your case stronger by showing how ethical failures and governance lapses impact the lives of millions. Focusing on issues like human resource shortage, deteriorating infrastructure, and poor accountability highlight the urgent need for reform in public service ethics. As UPSC aspirant, it's important not only to study these issues, but also understand their ethical dimensions. How can we demand progress when basic services are falling apart? How can we move towards high-speed trains when the safety on regular trains is compromised? These are the questions we need to address. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into ethical governance and UPSC preparation. Until next time, let's keep striving for better governance and accountability.